and welcome back to my channel. And today we have another Best in Beauty monthly favorites. I love how these just like creep up on me. I'll be doing my thing and being like, what video should I film? And then I'll be like, crap, it's almost the end of the month. I need to film my Best in Beauty monthly favorite. And this Best in Beauty is going to be a little different than my usual ones because as I was gathering stuff together to talk about, I was like, a lot of the stuff that I've been loving this month has been eyeshadow palettes. So today we're just going to be talking about the eyeshadow palettes that I have been loving this month. Any videos that I have talking about said eyeshadow palettes, I will leave linked down below for you, as well as my Best in Beauty playlist. But let's do this. Okay, first off, this one, if you guys didn't see this coming, then you don't know me. Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I have got 3 tutorials and an unboxing for you guys on this bad boy, linked down below. This is just Kat Von D palette dreams. It is absolutely stunning. I mean, packaging alone, this is something that I will never get rid of because it is just so stinking beautiful. And then you open this puppy up, and these shades are just absolutely stunning. I love how she has a lot of on-trend shades like Sacred Heart, Devil, Martyr, Rosary down here, Stigmata, a lot of those like warm neutrals, as well as getting into the Exorcism and Worship, those purples and the greens that are coming up in popularity this season. Kat Von D is just always on top of it with her palettes. I have been loving the crap out of this. I am going to be doing a Christmas, holiday, whatever tutorial with some of these more luxurious colors because I want to get as much use out of this palette on film as I can before it is way the dodo like all of her other palettes. I love this. I've been loving it. I knew I would love it. This is something that I bought without, there was no, is it going to be good? Is it going to be whatever? Yes, and let's just say this shade Ashes here, this like cool tone brown with like the kind of bluey green, whatever. This is like the best, most cool, unique transition shade ever. Pop that in the crease with the shimmer peeking through. I'm down. I am down, and this is monthly favorite and probably going to be in my best of 2017 video. So you guys got a little spoiler there. Another one that should come as no surprise is my Too Faced Peachy Mattes. I have been loving matte palettes. I've just really been drawn to them. They're easy to work with. It's kind of like a one and done. Not as good as the original, but it's still huffing worthy. This palette is so good. This is the best thing that Too Faced has come out with since the Sweet Peach palette, in my opinion. Their highlighters, yeah. The peach blush and the trio, yeah, and then this came out and just, it's so good. I love this, and I love like people who are all like, there's not enough peach in the last palette. We have got peach in this palette. These beautiful, just, oh my God. I love doing an all matte look with this palette where I'll just, concentrate these, outer edge, whatever. And then I'll take one of these lighter shades and brighten it up rather than using a shimmer. And it looks so good. I love this palette so stinking much. It is amazing. These mattes are like, they don't have a lot of fallout, but the pigmentation and the blendability, even though swatches don't really do this palette justice, but the pigmentation is blendability is like on par with like, say, Lorac shadows. They're just smooth, buttery, amazing, and I just absolutely love this palette. Another palette that I have been loving this month for kind of different reasons than some of these other palettes is the Morphe 35B. Now, this one is the, like, basically the Sephora editorial palette without all those useless shades at the top, in my opinion. They're both not cruelty free, so I can say whatever I want. But this palette has been great for doing other people's Halloween makeup, because you have all of your like color theory going on here. You have the blues, purples going into greens, and then kind of more purple going into red and yellow and orange, and you've just got a great selection of vivid colors. Now, they aren't they aren't Urban Decay electric palette level, but they are really good for the price. I mean, when it comes to Morphe, my opinion is kind of like a lot of their stuff, the 25A and the 25B and the Jaclyn Hill palette are, say, on par with Urban Decay shadows. They're not as good as Kat Von D, not as good as Lorac. Not sure about them in Tarte, but for the price, Morphe does the job. You can get it done. I do like a lot of the looks that I create using some of my Morphe palettes. I have the 35OM, the 35F. You know, I have a fair amount of Morphe palettes, and I do enjoy the looks that I get out of them. But they're not like end all be all, oh, these are like the best shadows you're ever going to use. No, 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 no. But this palette has just been great for all, like having every single bright color that I absolutely need in here. I've done a mermaid look on someone. I did a zombie look using this palette. I did a sunset, turned someone into a like sunset theme using a bunch of these. We did a unicorn. And these, it just came in handy. It's, you know, it's big, but it's like sleek, easy. Toss it into my case and go. This palette has gotten a lot of use this month, and I really enjoy using this. Another palette that I have been really enjoying is the one that I am wearing on my eyes today, and that is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. Now, we're not even going to get started on the debacle with this palette. Oh, limited edition. Now it's being sold at Ulta, and now it has better packaging, and the formulation is better. You can Google drama videos on YouTube. I'm not here for it. We're just going to talk about the makeup. This palette is superior quality, in my opinion, to the normal 35 palettes by Morphe, and sorry, I used it today, so it's a little bit dusty. I don't even know. I'll leave it down below for you guys. But this palette, the shimmers especially, are very legit and metallic. This shade right here is life. This shade, I haven't used every shade, obviously, but this shade is like on par with Juvia's Place shimmers, so that's saying a lot in my opinion. The mattes are beautiful. They're not crazy pigmented. A lot of the, like this one, you do kind of have to build them up a little bit. This like section right here is really nice. I'm not the biggest fan of these ones here. They're a little bit chalky, patchy, and difficult to work with. But just because a palette isn't perfect doesn't mean I can't completely enjoy it. And I have been enjoying this palette. Partly, I do like the packaging better than the normal Morphe 35O, because this is just 35O. The 35 palettes. Just because this feels a lot sturdier, and I've used it on a couple of my friends and it looked really good on them. I used it on my husband. It looked good on him. He doesn't wear makeup, but he let me practice on him because I need to practice on different face shapes. He was not happy, but he was very sweet to let me do it. Relationship goals. So this palette I have been enjoying. It just has those beautiful, like, earthy, warm, neutral shades that have been done 50 billion times over. This palette is not unique, but it is absolutely beautiful, and I have been enjoying it. I mean, that's the palette doesn't have to be the new biggest and best thing for you to enjoy it, so just enjoy what you like. If we're gonna be talking about enjoying what we like, these two palettes, these were purchased on a total whim. I included these in my anti-haul, and I bought them anyway. Well, I bought two of them. and they're so good. These are the Lorac Unzipped Sunset palettes. This is Ocean and this is Mountain. I still want the desert one so bad. The only thing I don't like about these, which I've said 50 billion times, is this, like, the first time I opened it, I was like, I broke it. But no, it's just this really weird foldy whatever. This is what this one looks like. And then, that's what this one looks like. This is like a crazy cool toned palette, and I love it. I love these. These are like my go-to grungy whatever eyeshadow palettes. The formula is insane. I mean, if you've been like looking at these and considering, I highly recommend these. Although these aren't necessarily palettes that you can do a lot of different looks using just one, they are amazing supplementary palettes because they have so many standout colors. This burnt sienna, smoke signal, this blackout has like, it's like a green undertone. And then on this one, saltwater, high tide is beautiful, stingray. They're so beautiful. Lorac really did a great job in formulating these and the color selection, and they are just absolutely stunning. I have been using these so much this month. I mean, these are just so easy for me. I can just like, I can start out with this, put a little bit of that, deepen it up with that I want, throw one of these shimmers on, and they create the most beautiful, like, simple, grungy 90s looks. I love these, and I am 100% surprised with how much I love them because I was like, and I'm like, you are my baby. And let's pile one more on to the guilt train. This is another palette that was in my anti-haul. This is the Tarte Clay Play Face Shaping Palette. Say that 12 times. I can't even talk. You know a palette is good when it renders you speechless. But this palette is just, once again, no intention of buying it. Then a YouTuber who I respect very much was like, I wasn't going to get this, and then I got it, and it's amazing. And I was like, well, I really trust her opinion. And the reason I bought this, the reason I initially, well, packaging is stunning. It's freakishly sturdy. It's beautiful. It smells like vanilla. I mean, it has a lot going for it, even though it's, you know, you look at it and you're like, well, that's boring. I mean, honestly, you look at it and you're like, great, browns. But what's great about this palette and why I got it is, as you guys know, I do a lot of alternative. I do vampire makeup. I do living doll. One of these days, I'm going to do a video explaining my fashion sense and where it came from, because I'm sure I say a lot of these things you guys are like, what was she talking about? But anyway, I looked at this palette and I was like, it has everything. It has everything. It has all the colors I need to do dolly eyes, to do vampire eyes, to do undead eyes. It has these beautiful highlighting shades because usually when I do dolly, vampire, undead, I don't highlight the way I normally do. So these are much more subtle. You use them on the eyes. You have these beautiful, I'm using this contour shade today and I love it. It blends out beautifully. This one, I mean, the other contour shades that I don't use on my face, I can use as eyeshadows. This palette is perfect for just one and done. I take this palette with me. I have absolutely everything I need to create those looks and do stuff on my face. It's just great. It is so practical. I mean, this is a practical, functional palette. This palette works for you. And I absolutely love it. The quality on this is like Tarteist Pro quality, maybe even better. Tarte shadows are usually kind of like a mix for me. So the fact that this is so good, just, I love it. I've been using it. I mean, I've been using these contour shades like anytime I contour. This is what I have been using, and I've been using like this shade right here to contour my nose, and it's just, it's the bomb. Now let's talk about a palette that missed the mark for me. I will leave the videos where I use this link down below. Pure Cosmetics My Little Pony the movie eyeshadow palette. Now after I bought this, ColourPop was like, oh hey, we're gonna do like a old school My Little Pony eyeshadow palette, and I was like, I have no money because I bought this piece of crap. This is just okay. You look at it and you're like, oh, the colors. Got the pink and the green and the red and the purple and the blue and just so pretty. And if you're familiar with the ponies from the show, then you're like, oh look, the color theory is so cute. Each two colors of the aesthetically, this is beautiful. Quality, this is crap. This is worse than the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself, worse than the Too Faced Natural Love palettes, because even though those are kind of like a struggle to work with, I can make them work. I can't make this work. It makes me angry. I look at it and I'm like, you were $29. You weren't too expensive, but you were more money than I should have paid for you. I bought you on a whim. I shouldn't have bought it. And I just can't make it work. And this is so, so disappointing. The shades that I want to work, like the pink and the blue and the greens, they're not very pigmented. They don't blend well. They look very splotchy on my face. It looks and feels and performs like kids makeup, which, My Little Pony the movie, it's kind of whatever, but I heard wonderful things about the Trolls palette that they did like last year, and this one was just a big, giant, sad no. This is like one of the most disappointing performance-wise palettes that I think I've ever got. It's just, it's bad. It's bad. So there we have that month of favorites, which is a crap ton of eyeshadow palettes. Let me know what you guys think about these eyeshadow palettes. We are now out of October. I'm going to be getting back into my haul follow-up, my reviews. We were kind of doing a bunch of different things in the month of October. So now we are breaking free and moving on to the last 2 months of the year. Woo! As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!